Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. On this channel we post writing tips, unboxings, book hauls, book reviews and the occasional vlog. And today we're going to discuss why your first book sucks. If you're new to this channel, don't forget to subscribe. If you'd like to see as soon as I upload, click that little bell down below. And if you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Your continuous support means a lot, so thank you guys so much. Alright, you've just written your first ever book. I'm not talking about your first published book, I'm talking about your first purposefully written book. And it sucks. There are many reasons why your first book will generally suck. If you are the exception to the rule, I praise you. I will worship you forevermore. However, most writers will not write a brilliant book the first time round. Not even Stephen King managed this, and he is massively famous. Patrick Rothfuss, I don't know if it was his first book, but what I do know is he spent 20 years refining it. Therefore, if it is his first, it's barely counted as his first because he has obviously rewritten that thing multiple times. So let's get right into it. Reason number one, you're still learning. Writing a book, although your creativity might come naturally, especially if you are a pantser or a gardener, it doesn't mean your creativity is good. You are still learning. You're still learning about character arcs, about plot devices, about pace, about voice. You can only learn to write by writing. Ultimately, your first book is you basically learning to walk. Number two, your beta readers are lying. If you've watched my video on beta readers, what they are and how to get them, or also how to be a good beta reader, you'll know that beta readers, as well as critique partners, are very important to the writing and editing process. If your critique partners or beta readers are not being honest and they actually think your work is a piece of shit, but they're not telling you that, how are you going to improve? You cannot improve unless people are honest and give real feedback. Number three, get it out of your system. Your first book is sort of you writing your childhood dreams almost. It's unlikely that your first book is a well thought out plotted thing. It's going to be a story that you've had in your head for years, and for various reasons it probably doesn't work. You might even be too invested in these characters that you've grown up with. It's your baby, you're gonna make some mistakes. I now have a few which link into number one, but let's go into a bit more nitty gritty on what I mean by number one. Number four, your story structure sucks. Linking back to one, if you're still learning, if you have not studied story structure, if you have not practiced it, worked out what works best for you, what works for your character, what works for your story, then you're probably going to get lulls in your story. The structure is going to be meandering. Your reader is going to get bored. You as the writer might not be bored because you're having this fantastic time in this new world that you've created. Your reader does not give a shit about that. Number five, character arcs. You don't have any. You could have flat characters. You need characters to develop. One of the reasons that Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen has lasted for so many years is because every single character has a purpose and develops throughout the story. Even the mum kind of learns to calm the feck down. Your characters need character arcs, and it is such a difficult thing to get right. In your very first book, it's likely you ain't got them. Number six, grammar. Get yourself a beta who is obsessed with grammar. For me, this is my sister Nicole. She did an English language degree. She is an English teacher. She is obsessed with grammar. I don't give her my stories to know about my plot or my characters or anything like that. She just literally reads it line for line and corrects my terrible grammar. I am way better than I was, people. It was a lot worse. Ultimately, grammar can disrupt the flow of your work. So if you have bad grammar, your reader's not going to enjoy it. This is also something that you have to be taught or you have to learn yourself. It doesn't come naturally. Number seven, you don't read. There has, as far as I know, never been a writer who is not a reader first. Likewise, there are different styles of reading. You can be an absolute book addict and read all the time. That does not guarantee that the book you write will be great. To read in order to write, you need to read subjectively. You need to read a book and go, that was amazing, but why was it amazing? You need to think about what you're reading and why it's good in order to transfer that to your own writing. Likewise, if you read a book and it was terrible, you need to work out why so you don't repeat that in your own work. Writing a book is hard and it is work. We love it, but it's hard and it's a skill you have to graft. It's something you have to practice and learn about. If you don't read about it, you ain't gonna do it. Number 8, fear of rejection or failure. This quite often goes down to writers who haven't finished their first book. You haven't finished it because you are so scared to show it to someone thinking they might not like it. You're scared to send it to the agents, to the publishers, because you're worried about all those rejection letters that you're going to get. Face it, you are going to be rejected, you are going to get criticism, and people are going to not like it. At the same time, one day you might get that dreamed of letter of publication. You might self-publish and sell loads of copies. You might get good feedback from someone who actually really enjoyed your book. But you will never get there if you don't try. In my opinion, there is no such thing as failure. The only way to fail is to not try. Anything else is just learning. Now we go to number 9, which is basically the complete opposite to number 8. 9 is dreams of grandeur. Unlike number 8, where you're so afraid to fail that you won't try, that you keep giving up, number 9 is you already think you are the Jeebus of the writing world. You already have not only the book planned, you have the movie planned. You think that your characters and your book are the best thing ever written. And this means you don't take criticism. You are not going to listen to what beta readers, critique partners, even the readers are going to say, because you believe that your book is done. You have no problems with it. It is perfect. I'm sorry, but there is no such thing as perfection. And even in the book world, there are famous books which still have problems. And also, anything creative is subjective. Everything. Not everyone is going to like your book. It is not guaranteed that your book is going to be a movie. And if you're writing because you want your book to be a movie, become a screenwriter, not a novelist. And finally, number 10 is you're not having fun. Writing is hard. It is work. It can be a full-time job. It takes a lot of highs and a lot of lows. You're going to be rejected. You're going to have people love it, people hate it. It's so much that goes into it. Your writing could suck because you're not enjoying it anymore. The voice of the author comes across in the work. If you hate your characters, it's going to come across. If you are bored of your world, it's going to read dully. Have fun. Do something crazy. If there's something out of this world that you think could be good, write it. Do it. It might not be out there. People need to hear your words. This can lead to not completing your first book. If you never complete your first book, you can't write the second, which means you can't write the third, which means you can't write the published one. I don't know if it's going to take 5 attempts. If you listen to Brandon Sanderson's lectures on writing, he says you will never be published until you've written 10 books. So get counting. Knock these bad boys out. Get all that learning out of the way so you can become the writer you were born to be. And that's it for my 10 reasons your book sucks. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you found that useful. This isn't to ridicule anyone. It's not to say anyone is bad. Literally, this is just to say why your first book might not be getting the responses you dreamed it would. It happens to everyone. Don't give up. Keep writing. Everyone's first book and first drafts suck. And thank you guys so much for watching. If you like what you see, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. If you'd like to see as soon as I upload, click that little bell down below. You can also follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, or Tumblr. I post general bookish pictures, as well as my writing tips and unboxings on there. And thanks for watching, guys. Bye!